Today we're going to talk about the 7th leading cause of death, which is diabetes. And this is part of our comorbidities series where I'm going through the leading causes of death in our country and explaining to you how that can impact your life and things that you can do in order to prevent or improve upon these disease processes. So what you might not know is that about 84,000 people a year pass from diabetes. It impacts 30.3 million Americans, and it has been predicted a third of those that are born after 2000 will develop diabetes in their lifetime. So what is diabetes? Well, most people know it as high blood sugar, but what does that actually mean? What that means is that every time you eat something, your body tries to convert that food into energy. And the way that it does that as it goes through your digestive tract and it will create sugar in your blood. And your pancreas, which is a vitally important organ in your body, will go and it will give off insulin, which is a hormone. And what that does is it latches on to the blood sugar and shuttles it into each of your cells in the body to give it energy. And that's how our body is run. Now, what happens with this? Why can blood sugar get so high? Well, your pancreas can get fatigued, and the cells, they're called beta cells that develop this insulin, can either become damaged or they can die. So there are different types of diabetes. The first type is usually in younger people, and what happens is that the pancreas cannot develop this insulin like it should. There's also a diabetes that can occur during pregnancy, and then there's the most common type of diabetes, which is known as type 2 diabetes, which we're going to focus on today. And this is a diabetes that is usually caused from your lifestyle. A lot of people that develop diabetes have a very processed food diet. They may be consuming a lot of grain products, your bread products, your cookies, candies, cakes, and ice cream, and your sodas, things like that, heavily laden with sugar, foods like that. The second thing that can occur with people that become diabetic are hormonal disturbances or disruptors, and these can be environmental things. This is why I did past videos on the cleaners in your house, making sure that you have non-toxic cleaners, maybe some things that you're putting outside on your lawns. These harsh chemicals can disrupt the hormone patterns in your body and can create things like diabetes. Third type of things are things having to do with your internal chemistry. So your vitamin D might be low. You might have some skin disorders like psoriasis that can be indicative of someone that becomes a diabetic. Dental issues, inflammation, these are all things that can create hormonal disruption in your body as well as create diabetes or high blood sugar or pre-diabetes. So the last thing is lifestyle. So these are things like making sure that you're exercising. So sedentary lifestyle, very common in our country. A lot of us are workaholics. You need to make sure that you're eating well and that you're actually exercising. You need to get oxygen into your tissues. It's vitally important, as well as decreasing the alcohol to low to no, and making sure that you are decreasing your emotional stress levels and just really focusing on healing yourself. So not only are you feeling better, but you're functioning better. What are some things that you can do in order to offset these changes with high blood sugar? Well, one thing is a lot of times when people have high blood sugar, pre-diabetes, you'll get a lot of weight gain around your midsection. So even a 10% decrease in your weight, if you're overweight, will create positive effects for you. So getting that weight off, getting exercise in. Because what happens is when you start to gain weight, especially around your midsection, you get high cholesterol, you might have cardiovascular issues where you're getting high blood pressure. These are things that can create something called insulin resistance or metabolic syndrome, and it sets you up for a whole myriad of other types of disease processes, not just blood sugar issues. So, watching your weight, putting fresh live foods in. So you want fibrous carbohydrates. These are your fruits and your veggies, getting those in. So if you are diabetic, you want to eat fruits low on the glycemic index. These are your berries, green apples, things that are more tart than sweet, don't have a lot of sugar in them. The next thing that you want to do is to make sure that you're getting out in the sun, non-peak hours, you're getting some vitamin D in, you're getting sulfur-containing foods in. So these are things that I have spoken about in past videos. And you want to make sure that you're decreasing inflammation in your body. Again, decrease your stress overload, make sure that you are eating well and that you're exercising. If you eat well, you exercise, you keep well hydrated, a lot of times you're able to manage your emotional stress better as well. With diabetics, a lot of cardiovascular issues, a lot of eye issues, a lot of kidney issues, a lot of nervous system issues, a lot of issues with the fingers and the toes, and this has to do with your microcirculation, the little vessels in your body. So we want to make sure that you're feeding that microcirculation. So again, eating well, fresh live greens, having spices like your cinnamons and your turmeric and your ginger. We talked about these in past videos. Green tea is excellent for you. You want to make sure you're getting an adequate amount of sleep. Sleep's important because that's when your body repairs, regenerates, and grows. Also, I have talked about this before, I want you to watch your workstations. You need to make sure that you're ergonomically correct, especially if you have your home offices now during the quarantine. I've mentioned this a few times. We want your posture to be straight and strong. We want your muscles to be balanced. When you come in for your chiropractic care, I'm not just looking at the areas that you tell me are bothering you. I'm looking at you as a whole person. I want to see what your posture is doing, because you are not just a neck issue or a back issue. It's a whole health issue. And the nerves that are in between your shoulder blade area, those nerves actually go to your pancreas. Some of those nerves go to your intestines. That's why I'm always looking at your posture, and I'm always making sure that you are functioning at your optimal level when it comes to your spinal alignment. Those are my health tips for the day on diabetes. It impacts 30.3 million Americans, so it's about 9.4% of our population. About 84,000 people pass each year from it, and it is predicted that those born after the year 2000, part of them will develop diabetes. In my next video on the nutrition video aspect of this, I'm going to show you a healthy dessert that you can have every day if you're a diabetic that will quench that sugar fix that you want, that sweet fix, and also help you with your diabetes, help you to get more nutrients to the microvasculature, as well as healthy fats. Have a great day. Remember, small, consistent action steps reap great rewards. Choose to be alive and well.